for the client. All these are clients. If one gateway is going down for the client, then by another gateway, we should be communicating to internet. Okay. Because in our topology, if you see that gateway one, you are having only the router, right? Which is connecting all LANs. All LAN number 1 machines can access LAN 2, 3, and 4 by gateway 1 only, correct? If you see the topology. Having this type of like what network topology, it basically gives problems because if gateway 1 is going down, then there is no way by which all these clients can reach like what other LANs. That is the reason we are using redundancy concept. Okay, it is simply like primary, secondary. Okay, primary, secondary, or backup concept. Okay, you can simply just understand it with the backup. Backup means what? One router will be active and one router will be what? Standby. Okay, so one gateway will become active and one gateway will become standby. And simply it means what? Simply it means that if gateway 1 is down for some reason, then all machines they can reach internet via gateway 2. You guys are getting it? This redundancy means what? That if your gateway 1 is going down for some reason, if this is offline, suppose the router is not working properly. If this router is offline, then via this router, this is your gateway 2, it is going to what? Internet. Okay. Always we have this redundancy concept, okay, on any network. Because if we are using only one gateway, then all the clients are basically dependent on this gateway only to reach internet. But if I have multiple gateways, if this gateway is also down, then via the second gateway, we can still access internet. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is what we are calling as redundancy. Okay, so
Sir,
our tell me.
uh, from router 1, same IP, same ISP connection or different ISP connection?
Different ISP connections. We are simply just considering this as an internet router only. These are ISP
Okay.
router only. Okay, suppose you have taken, let's say that this is an Airtel connection and this is a Vodafone connection.
Okay.
Vodafone connection. Okay, so since it is internet, we are considering that every ISPs are like what they are connected to internet, and we are having multiple connections. Okay, from the ISP routers. So it can be different. Okay, ISPs. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The main idea is to give our clients the redundancy so that if one gateway is going down, by another gateway also we can reach internet. So this is what exactly you have to know, everyone, that this is a protocol what we are using to perform this redundancy. It's called hot standby routing protocol. Cisco proprietary. Cisco proprietary means all these routers, okay, they must be Cisco. Okay, they must be Cisco routers. If you have a Cisco router and this company router is another company like Juniper router, let's say. If this is another company's router and this is a Cisco router, then you cannot basically do this type of redundancy. Okay, you cannot use HSRP. For HSRP, both routers must be Cisco only. Okay, this is what we call proprietary. So one router becomes active, one router becomes standby. But all this active and standby, it is getting decided based on priority, which is basically maximum 2 different. Always highest priority, okay, router becomes active. Means active router will always send your traffic to internet. Okay, and standby router is simply just working as backup. When active router goes down, that is when standby becomes active. and all the traffic is going via this active router now. Okay, this is what exactly is the concept. But all these active and standby, it is getting decided on what is the priority they have. So priority 255 is highest priority, and you can see that this is the 254. Okay, which is right now standby. Default priority is 1. All the routers have an HSRP priority of 1 by default. So whichever router we want, uh, whichever router we want to give the highest priority, okay, we configure it always with the command is there. But the router with the highest priority router always is the active router, and the router with the lowest priority, that is your standby router. So simply active and standby is primary, secondary. Okay, this is the concept. So this is the feature, everyone. This is the feature called preemption. Okay, preemption feature, we configure it always on each circuit. Okay, why we are configuring it? Because always router prefers the highest priority to select the active router. Okay, but if the active router is down for some reason and this router becomes active from standby, okay, so right now this router is active. So when this router comes back online, let's say that this RAM is right now coming back online, then this router cannot become active again. Okay, it cannot become primary again because it is having the highest priority. Okay, the basic rule of HSRP says that when a router becomes active, unless this active router is going down, this router cannot become active again. Even though it is having the highest priority, this router cannot become active. So this feature basically forces the router to make this active router again based on the priority again. Okay, so when the router is coming back online, again this priority will be checked, and based on that priority itself, this router will become active immediately. So normally without preemption, if I don't configure preemption, then standby router when it becomes active, this router needs to go down in order for this router to become active. Okay, so suddenly it cannot become active, but with the help of preemption feature, when this router is coming back online, then immediately it will become active again because it is coming as priority. Okay, so always it is like what the priority which is deciding who will be the active, will be the standby. Okay, so this is where exactly we are having these verification commands, show standby brief, which we use over here. So HSRP, there are only 4 sets of commands what you need to configure on your active and standby. So first of all, you need the port number. Okay, so HSRP we are configuring it on the ports. Basically, what we are doing is we are joining these two routers together. Okay, we are joining these two routers together in a group. We are joining these two routers in a group, and we are giving an IP address from this network to this group. An IP address we have to configure because this IP address will be the gateway address. You can see. Can you see this IP over here? What is this IP? 192.168.1.254, right? Can you see that this is the virtual IP what we are using?
Yes.
Now this
Yes,
virtual
sir.
IP is nothing but the group IP. The group of active and standby routers. Okay, this is the group IP what we are configuring over here. So normally what you do is you configure your interface IP of gateway as gateway, right? This IP is coming over here normally. Yes, or no? Or
Yes.
this
Yes, sir.
IP is coming over here. But this time you are not configuring this IPs of your gateways. You are configuring the virtual IP. And this IP basically is the HSRP. Okay. So If I simply just show you the commands, okay, this is a show running config. Can you see these commands over here? These three commands under FS0/0. So on this port, we are doing this configuration. We go to port and we do this configuration. So this is your group ID, group ID. This is the virtual IP, what we are configuring. This is the priority, what we are setting priority to 55. And this is a preemption. Okay, preemption is basically telling Hsrp that uh, whichever router is having the highest priority, when it comes back online, make that router again access active router. Okay, so based on the highest priority, only active router is getting selected. This three commands, what exactly you need to type in order to configure Hsrp. So very easy configuration. Similarly, gateway 2, enable post, sorry, show running config. And this is also the same set of commands. Okay, some modification is there. So this is again F0/0. This is this port. We're configuring the IP address, the priority 54 and print. Okay, so these three commands. Can you see the priority we are giving 54 over here?
254.
Because we want to make this router as what? Standby, right? It is your backup. So standby router always will be having lower priority than your active router. So you can configure this priority by yourself with the priority command. Once we are done with this is when you basically do the verification. So show standby brief. Can you see all this information of it? On which interface we have configured? 0/0, right? What is the group ID? This is the group ID. The group ID is what? 111, right? So in this 111 group, we have our gateway 1 and gateway 2, right? Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
in this group, we have two gateways coming in. And what is the group IP we have? The group IP is 192, 168, 168 dot 111 dot 254, right? This is the group IP. Which router is local? Which router is local? Standby. You can see the standby router is the local router. Local router means what? Which router is the local router? Gateway 2.
Router 2. Gateway 2.
Right. And who is the active router? Gateway 1, right?
Gateway 1.
What is the state of this router? Standby or active?
Standby.
Standby, right? Can you see this preemption? P for preempt. Can you see this P is there?
Yes, sir.
It simply indicates that preemption is configured. Means whenever the active router with the highest priority goes down, the standby router becomes active. And when the active router, when this router is coming back online again, since it is having the highest priority of 255, this router will become active again. This because it is having the highest priority. Got the concept, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so right now it is about time to test the configuration. Okay, so what exactly we need to do is check the configuration properly and make sure that you can ping your router one. Sorry, this is your network 60 and 70. 60 and 70. This is the IP address of router 1. So we're simply just configuring Hsrp over here, and this is your 60.0.0.0.1. Okay, so routing is going on, everyone. We are running RIP on all the three routers. So we should see some reply message coming in. Can you see the reply is coming?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And similarly, the 70.0.0.1, that is the same router itself. We can see that via 60 also we can reach, via 70 also we can reach router 1. So let's do a trace route. Trace route 60.0.0.1. Now can you see that is your first the first information is pointing towards the gateway 1, right? Now gateway 1 is the active router. Yes or no?
Yes.
It is active router. Okay, because it is having the highest priority. Okay, so let's do a trace. Okay, let's do a ping. Let's do a ping. And this time I'm sending unlimited number of pings. Can you see this unlimited ping you can do? Use -T option. So you are sending ping to the 70.0.0.1, and let's go to the active router. So right now our informations are going from here in this manner to this router. We are going to shut down this port. Okay, we'll shut down this port, which will force this router over here, this router, to become active, because right now this one is standby, and all our traffic is going, it will be going by this in this direction to this router. So this is what we are going to be doing. We are going to fs0/0. You can see the reply is coming. Okay, so we simply just go to this fs0/0 port and we shut down this. So can you see this? The port is down, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what we will see now is request timeout. Can you see request timeout message is coming? So this
Yes, sir.
router, standby router right now, it is becoming active. So can you see the reply is coming now again?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So this router is not working. So our laptop is sending their traffic via this gateway 2, and it is getting to the internet router. Now let's again bring up this port. So this router is coming back online. This router is coming back online, and you can see that there is some mess, like what because timeout is happening, but we are getting the reply now. So this router has become active again. If you see CLI, can you see this standby active? This message is coming from Hsrp. Can you see this? Everyone got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what exactly the redundancy, everyone. Okay, if one gateway is going down, then by another gateway we can still communicate to internet. Okay, and it is always defined by priority. That which router will be your active router? Which router will be your standby router? That is your priority, which is defining it. Okay, if you want to make this one as an active router, then make this priority as 255 and this priority as 254. Then this router will be standby. Okay, it will not be active. So it will be standby. Standby. And this one will be active. Okay, so it is totally up to you that which router you want to make as an active or standby router. But always this gateway address, it is the virtual IP address. Okay, what your client C is using as a gateway. These are not this 111.1 or 111.4, but the 111.254. Okay, so whatever IP address in your network is not being used, okay, you can basically give that over here. So this is what exactly I want you to set up the topology, everyone. Okay, you can simply just take the screenshot. This is the take the screenshot of this.
Taken, sir.
You can write. This is some of the points of which is Hsrp. Taken.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So Gajanan,
Yes, sir.
yes, you
Mm.
can you do this topology and
Yes, sir.
set up Hsrp in 13 minutes?
13 minutes.
13 minutes.
Okay.
You can
I'll
use on
try,
one
sir.
machine also as well. One machine. If you don't want to use two plants, you can simply just use one plant, one switch, two routers, and one this router.
Okay, one PC, one switch, two router or three routers.
If you don't want to use this PC, that is okay. If you want, you can also use. But can you do this?
Okay, sir.
Go on then.